this morning, we're taking a live look at the Phoebe Sumter Medical Center in Americus, Georgia, where the funeral procession for former President Jimmy Carter will begin in about an hour or so. It's about 10 miles from Plains, Georgia, Carter's hometown. Today is actually the first day of a week full of memorial and funeral services to say farewell to Jimmy Carter. He was once America's oldest living president. Carter died last Sunday. He was 100 years old. ABC's Faith Abube has more from Plains, Georgia, his home state.
This morning, a motorcade taking former President Jimmy Carter from his hometown of Plains, Georgia, pausing for a moment at his boyhood farm before making the 100-mile trip to Atlanta, arriving at the Carter Center where there will be a private funeral service and public viewing. Tuesday, his body will be flown to Washington, D.C., where he will lie in state at the U.S. Capitol. A national service at Washington's National Cathedral planned for Thursday before his remains are flown back to his Georgia hometown for a private burial. At the national service, his longtime friend, President Joe Biden, will deliver a eulogy. President-elect Trump also expected to attend. President Carter will ultimately be laid to rest next to his beloved wife, Rosalind, in Plains. He once called her his secret weapon. They were married for 77 years until she passed away just over a year ago. Jason Carter is one of his 12 grandchildren.
I knew that he was ready, and I knew that he had said in these last few weeks that frankly he wanted to go see Rosalind. That was his words, and that made us all feel okay with it, right? He is at peace. We were at peace.
Carter was born into a humble family in rural Georgia. They were peanut farmers. Carter enlisting in the Navy, becoming a state senator, Georgia governor, and eventually sitting in the most powerful office in America.
I, Jimmy Carter, do solemnly swear.
James Earl Carter taking the oath of office in January 1977, serving just one term with challenges at home and abroad. But most agree his years after the White House were remarkable, building homes for the poor even into his 90s. And through the Carter Center, bringing fair elections and an end to diseases in places around the world.
He was an honest man. I think his legacy will be his honesty, his faith, and in politics, that's kind of rare today.
And the former president will lie in repose at the Carter Center in Atlanta starting this evening. The public can visit with him and pay tribute starting tonight until early Tuesday morning. Faith Abube, ABC News, Americus, Georgia.